It's Guy Pacho with the weekly Pele Report. Astrology for the Soul, Wednesday, April 13th, 2022. What's going on out there? Let's take a look at it. As above, so below, as without, so within. When we look at what's out there, it reflects and mirrors what's within. Well, what's within is the moon in Virgo, and that moon is moving through Virgo. She's opposing Venus over there in Pisces, coming into a nice trine with Uranus. And then by tomorrow, Thursday, right, she comes into an opposition with Jupiter and Neptune in very late Pisces. And just like Jupiter and Neptune, well, Jupiter is more moving out of Pisces. Mars is coming into Pisces. So today, actually, Mars is at the culmination degree, right? The 29th degree, the critical degree of Aquarius. It's been up there in Aquarius for quite some time and is going into Pisces on Thursday. The other aspect that I really might touch upon today also is that the Sun is conjunct Eris over there in Aries. And it's exact tomorrow, but you may be feeling it building up over a few days, a bit of discord going on. We're going to be talking about that because not only that, but then, of course, by Monday, well, let's look at it. Then the Sun moves on and conjoins, with Eris, moves on through Aries, and then comes into the full moon. That full moon moves from Virgo into Libra. All right, and then I'm going to read the Sabian symbol for 26 degrees, 46 minutes. Okay, right towards the end of Libra, and then she jumps into Scorpio, right? But this full moon is at 26:46, and Pluto is up there at 28 Capricorn. This is a T-square, is what they call it in astrology, okay, when we have an opposition squared by another planet. And, boy, Sun conjunct Eris, opposite the moon, square Pluto. Well, you just try to figure out what might be coming our way. Oh, my God. And then, the moon moves into Scorpio, like I said, and on Sunday, she comes into oppose Mercury Uranus, because on Sunday Mercury is conjunct Uranus. Sudden unexpected communications of an intense, extreme nature. See what that could mean for us. The nice thing is that is sextile to Venus. And the cool thing is that when the Sun goes into Taurus on Tuesday, okay, it's going to be in a nice sextile. Mars has just gone into Pisces, right? The Sun just goes into Taurus, so that's 60 degrees apart. So fortunately, I think we're going to, that Sun is going to be transiting out of warrior Aries into sitting bull Taurus. And it may just be giving all of us a little bit of a break. By then, okay, the moon has moved, through Scorpio, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and by Tuesday, the moon moves into Sagittarius. And as she goes into Sagittarius, of course, she is going to be in square to first Mars at early Pisces, and then Venus at later Pisces. So let's just take a look at what that means. This is a little bit of a drop. Living on the edge, running with the wind. We're going to be high, high, high as a kite by then. All right, let me look at the camera and talk about it. All right, everybody. I'm going to try to go for this as long as the wind doesn't blow the camera away and I don't slide off this rock. We're going to pull this baby off. What are we talking about? Aries. Well, Sun in Aries is, some adventure. Starting, initiating, I'm doing, I'm acting, I'm going, I'm charging. Sometimes I'm fighting. And of course, we have Chiron there. The sun just, was conjunct Chiron. We can't forget about Chiron. It's right in there for, like 7-8 years. And, we're healing this wounded warrior. We've got this masculine energy, this Martian energy that is, the thing about Chiron is the wound is painful. It's this sense of, I'm not going to get what I want. I don't deserve to get anything. What I want doesn't matter. It's very disempowering. I don't feel, powerful. I don't feel like I'm going to succeed So that wound, that pain, it does. So the natural masculine energy doesn't flow naturally. Coming up when it needs to come up, slowing down when it needs to slow down, going in, coming out. It doesn't breathe. It's uptight. So it's either too much or too little, right? The pedal to the metal, or not going anywhere. I'm either hiding out or I am yelling and screaming. It's not a flowing, natural expression of that Martian energy. And, we have, of course, Aries is in there for, I don't know, 100 years, right? She has a extremely huge orbit, way outside Pluto. Yeah. Not even in the, she's got a 44-degree, angle to the ecliptic, so she's not even really on that, on that zodiacal wheel. But she is also bringing up discord. We need to look at things. We need to talk about things that are uncomfortable, the elephant in the room. We need to, discord functions to, yes, it's uncomfortable and it's unsettling and it can lead to arguments or even violence and wars and battles and things like that. But, ultimately we could say that it, the positive energy, look, this thing is going to slide right off the freaking rock, man. The positive, of that, okay, is greater clarity, greater understanding, and illumination, which brings us to this full moon of illumination. And Mars at the final degree of Aquarius, the sign of liberation and enlightenment. So, and Jupiter conjunct Neptune, another, high vibration. That's the song for today, Rastaman vibration. Keep it positive, Bob Marley. Positive vibration, yeah. But here's the thing, and this is really something because I just did a 2-hour class on oppositions, the opposition aspect this last weekend for the NPA School of Astrology. And I talked about this opposition is an evolutionary gate, and that evolutionary gate is about the seed that was sown. We had this new moon April 1st, and that new seed is sown. I want a new life, a new identity, a new me. I've got a new purpose. I've got something to accomplish, something to do here. I want something new. So it starts out. And 2 weeks later, it builds, and we put ourselves out, and the Kundalini rises, and we express all the way, through, Leo fully comes out, and Virgo, we adjust it and fine tune it, and get it, yeah, and then we have this illuminating full moon, and the full moon is as big as the moon is going to get. We have put out as much as we can. It's time. It begins to wax. It begins to wane. It begins to, go down, get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. So it's a turning point, and the turning point is an opportunity to see ourselves through our creations. What have we created? And in this axis of Aries Libra, what kind of relationships have we created? And we get the feedback, and that feedback can be confrontation. That feedback can be discord. That feedback can be, I'm not happy, I don't like this, I want to change this. We can get, so the opposition can be conflict. But the conflict is intended, the evolutionary intention of the oppositional conflict is to bring greater self-awareness so that the relationship can move to a higher vibration, to a higher level, and expand the consciousness. So the first 180 degrees of the cycle is about the life energy and the life force coming up. And from 180 back around to 360, it's not so much about the life and the guts and the blood and the red energy rising. It's about the observation and the expansion of consciousness and understanding and really, integrating all of what our environment, including other people, governments, books, whatever, whatever comes back to us as a result of what we have put out. And so this is an opportunity, even through all of the conflict. This is what this mantra is about today. Regardless of the state of the world is in conflict, and it is polarized. And the thing about polarization, this is a dualistic, polarized, third-dimensional reality. And polarization brings objectivity. So we come out of our subjective wants, needs, desires, and fears, and we get a mirror, we get feedback. We see our unconscious, we see our shadow, we see, other aspects of ourself to expand. Yeah. And rise up, sweet family. I got to read this. This is such a beautiful, beautiful Sabian symbol, which reminds me, we're doing a workshop, Journey to the Origins of Time. The origins of the zodiac was actually the Sabians, and it's in Turkey and on the border, pretty close to Syria. But this summer, I'm going to be going over there doing a tour and then a workshop on the Sabian symbols. And we're going to visit the 11,500-year-old megaliths, the oldest, older than the pyramids, the oldest, aspects, creations of humanity. Ow, it's going to be awesome. You got to stay tuned. I'm going to be doing another workshop in Austria. I'm putting that together. And another workshop in Corfu, Greece. And it's coming out real soon. If I get it posted, the website up there today, I'll put the links down below. Yeah. Otherwise, you got to go to the website. But this Sabian symbol for the full moon, the 27th degree of Libra, an airplane sails high in the clear sky. A consciousness able to transcend the conflicts and pressures of the personal life. This picture symbolizes the capacity latent in every individual to contemplate the stress of existence in our world of duality from a higher level. Through the use of his mind, backed by the efforts and struggles of past generations and the cooperation of other men, the individual can gain a new perspective on human problems and reach freedom and peace in a supernal realm of being. This symbol introduces us to the realm of unity beyond polarity. It is a stage of transcendent realization. Transcendent realization. This is the Mars moving from Aquarius into Pisces. This is the Jupiter Neptune that has just begun anew. It's got to be, more than a 12-year cycle of expanding, opening the crown chakra. Neptune is the crown chakra, Pisces. So we're really, we have this opportunity to rise above the conflict, just like above the lakes and the hills and the valley down there. Rise up here to the top of the mountain. Oh yeah, baby. That is this movement, and of course, it's sometimes lonely at the top. There can be a lot of discord going on this week. I don't mean to downplay, that things are challenging, and we have to have this. This is the other aspect of Aries. The other aspect of dealing with the full moon and dealing with the opposition aspect is courage. It is the courage to be vulnerable. It is the courage to listen, to be open to, the feedback from our environment. And then, of course, let's not forget the positive feedback and the successes, that when we create something amazing and something beautiful, we allow ourselves to receive the praise. We allow ourselves. This sun moving into Taurus now is about learning more of this unconditional self-love and moving into a place of, Venus, the feminine, the receptive. So let's, it's like, in a way, we can kind of go, wow, okay, we made it through Aries. By next week's Pele report, the sun will be in Taurus. There'll be a different shift. Mars will be out of AI, computer, technological, Aquarius, into musical, dreamy, imaginative Pisces. And, I think there's going to be a big shift happening, this week. Let's not forget Mercury conjunct Uranus. I think that just complements everything that I've been saying. Libra is an air sign. This full moon is in air. Mercury Uranus is, flashes of inspiration, the third eye awakening, lightning bolts, aha moments. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And these can be for better or for worse. It can be positive or negative. It can be good or bad, but it is an awakening. And that awakening, we just want to really be in that transcendent place of observing and witnessing and not get, sucked down, into the vortex of, all of the lower vibration. We want to raise the vibration. And another song for this week, Apollo sent me, You Don't Have to Run. You got to check it out. He just released it. I think it's fantastic. It's another kind of, reggae kind of a tune with our Bob Marley here. Yeah. So, and of course, Rocket Man. I always think of Rocket Man when I'm up here on the top of the mountain, because we're going to be high, high, high as a kite by then. That airplane soaring through the clear sky. And I'm well, yeah. You'll see the beginning. I'm going to be looking for a good start for the Pele report this week. But the mantra for today and for this entire week is, regardless of the state of the world, I'm getting myself together. Or I'm getting my together. I'm getting myself together. Forgiving, forgetting, and and starting anew. I raise the bar even higher. This conflict can bring in a place where we need to apologize, where we need to say we're sorry, where I made an error, I made a mistake. This can be a humbling time, but then the relationship can go to a higher level. They can start anew with a deeper truth, and we can even bond more closely, more from the heart space of honesty and vulnerability that is the fertilization for intimacy. Yeah. So yeah, let's and forgive ourselves for our past mistakes, forgive other people for their past mistakes, and let that water flow under the bridge as Mars moves into the compassionate, heartfelt sign of spiritual love, Pisces. So, regardless of the state of the world, I'm getting myself together, forgiving, forgetting, and starting anew. I raise the bar even higher. Namaste, aloha, so much love. For the first time, I think I have to add an addendum to the Pele report because I forgot to say, regardless of the state of the world, but we don't want to forget about the state of the world, and some of what we may be needing to, confront or deal with is what's going on with WHO, the WHO. There's a link down below in the notes of the YouTube Pele report that is very important to me. I think it's everything over these last couple of years has really been building to this treaty that they are trying to pass that will change the way that the world is governed.